As Elliot just mentioned, one of the most effective and most utilized ways to communicate with coaches is via email. And although this is one of the most effective methods of communication, most big agencies, coaches, and parents get it wrong. And this is why. More important than creating just 1 or 2 fantastic attention-grabbing emails is writing fantastic attention-grabbing emails over and over again. Because consistency and frequency of contact is the name of the game. In fact, we have worked with so many student athletes that had not been recruited by Division II or III universities and ended up getting offers to play at top Division I schools after working with us for just a few weeks. There are just too many athletes out there that don't get the recognition that they deserve, and because of that, are not in a place to be seen by the majority of college coaches. So pay close attention as we go through this next module, and always come back to frequency of contact and being consistent. With that said, the student athlete should start connecting with their target schools 2 to 3 times a month, beginning in the 9th grade, sometimes earlier depending on the sport. If you and the student athlete are a bit behind, don't worry. But we suggest you start as soon as possible. The longer you and the student athlete wait, the less opportunities may be available to create a sustained dialogue. So let's break down the do's and don'ts of recruitment emails. Step 1. During any type of contact with coaches, the student athlete always needs to be diligent. Remember, you want to stand out. Coaches will give more attention to those who are consistent, responsible, and prompt to reply. Honest. If a coach reaches out to you from a university that does not meet your definition of a dream school, a reply like this is perfect. Dear Coach X, I greatly appreciate you reaching out to me. I'd love to learn more, but I need to be honest at the moment. School X is not at the top of my list. Sincerely, student athlete. Feel free to also add some reasons why. Being personable is also important. Be able to carry on a conversation or email dialogue. Prepare with the student athlete as if these interactions were job interviews. Be appreciative. Be respectful with your salutation. Don't be generic in email blasts with a list of coaches. Be personal. Don't say what you can do well. There will be enough time to show that you can perform later in the strategic process. At this stage, never ask for scholarships. Finally, be professional. Avoid listing your accomplishments. Submit a robust profile instead. Try not to sound pleading. Instead, be optimistic. Don't exaggerate the truth, and don't assume the coaching staff will make assumptions about you. Say what is most helpful for you to impart. Step 2. When it comes to the actual writing of each email, follow our template lead, and always include the 3 I's. Introduction. Say who you are and establish the exact purpose of the communication. Informative. Always provide something new about the student athlete in each email that advances the strategy toward the goal. Expresses interest. Again, be specific. A good email not only imparts helpful information about the student athlete, but also shows the student athlete is thinking about the athletic program as they hope to join as a teammate. So make sure the student athlete's interest always comes through. And don't forget to always spell check. Step 3. The student athlete should create an email account just for recruiting and should write the emails themselves, not your parents. But do keep your parents informed. Do not use emails like skaterplayer@hotmail.com. Parents, please do not write the emails. Do not use your personal email. Do make suggestions and be involved. But ultimately, coaches need to build relationships with your son or daughter, not you. I think that covers everything relevant to email writing. Remember to use your templates. Like I mentioned earlier, we have spent thousands of dollars to make sure the emails the student athlete is crafting are going to get the attention of college coaches. So we urge you to use those templates and make the minor adjustments to make it fit the student athlete. All right, done. Perfect. Great. Let's move on to the second method of communication, live phone calls. This is going to be a fun chapter because it is the most awkward and anxiety-provoking interaction for the vast majority of student athletes. Talk about being fearful. We're also going to show you how you could have a lot of fun prepping the student athlete for these live phone calls. You also find out a little bit about Elliot's mishaps when reaching out to coaches across the country. See you soon.